Another day, another win. Good work. New Orleans gets after it. Going to be a rowdy crowd out there.
What's shaking up, Pete?
Fans live for games like this one.
The Pelicans know their fans will be fired up for tonight's action. And as they came into the building, the players were plenty fired up themselves. It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. We're going to bring you the end. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And when it comes to MP, he has an objective to motivate his teammates. That's why he made winning on the road a rallying cry.
Well, their success in their road quest just speaks to the power of MP. When he talks, his teammates listen. In fact, everyone listens because they're getting results. And that's what matters in this league. They've been unreal on the road.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. We got Q, Desmond Bain out there with Edie. And it's Branham in at the 2.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Now here's Williamson. Defense right on him. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hawkins. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Here's Q. And another one.
Up and up he goes as he continues this sensational season, now closing in on second place in scoring.
And GA, with the way he has manhandled defenses all year long, you have to think he'll make a good run for it. Here's Williamson. Pass to Nisi. Out to Ingram. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. His leads have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Q. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Ingram. It's a big height bounce and goes in. Ingram's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that could be a tough shot, but easy there for Brandon Ingram.
So with Brandon Ingram's height, his shooting ability stand, he can get about any shot he wants, can't he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people, and he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
What a fun player to watch. The left rim and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Q in their last matchup against New York was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. Numbers like that are sure to get attention around the league, and everyone's excited to see what he does tonight. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early.
Connects again.
A colossal accomplishment. He has now outstripped his own second-place mark for the most points in a season, lighting up scoreboards all year long.
He is an exceptionally gifted offensive weapon. Defenses know it, but they still can't seem to load up and slow him down. Pocket 6. For 3, Ingram. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got his 4th rebound in this one. Driving in. A nice shot by Q.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Deciding to change it up. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. Second, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been real.
Williamson is checked in for Ingram. And it's a Okoro in for Ellis. Q, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Williamson finds Murray. And here is Williamson. Outside Roy. And the Pelicans miss again. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Williamson out there with Keegan Murray. Then it's Roy. Then it's Isaac Okoro. And it's De Silva in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And defensively, Stan, the Pelicans look to try and switch as much as they can.
Yeah, Kevin, and it makes sense with their personnel. It can mean reduced minutes for traditional centers at times, but that's the defensive philosophy they've committed to.
Pass to Okoro. New Orleans moving the ball around. Inside. Williamson in the post. Guarded by Stewart. And no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
Pass to Law. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Q. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Messi. Guarded by Stewart. 5 to shoot. There's the screen. Here's Law. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Stewart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. A nice shot by Q.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Pelicans trail by 16. Here's Law. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And the Pelicans miss again.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
Here's Q. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He's ready to talk things through with the team. So for the Pelicans, Ingram comes in for Williamson. And Hawkins subbed in for Roll. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Edey's checked in for Stewart, and it's Ellison for Bain. Man, we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Pelicans trail by 17. Pass to Messi. Ingram deciding where to go with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scorers along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
Yeah, that's it.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Grizzlies foul. Number 34. Personal foul.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Grizzlies?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Honey's checked in, and it's Bain in for Wells. And he makes both free throws. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Q. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. They trail by 16. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out on that one.
Yeah, it's often a game of very slim margins, and those close losses somehow sting even more.
From past the arc, Edey with the rebound. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Q. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Ingram outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far it hasn't been close. It's the Grizzlies as they wrap up the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Memphis Grizzlies.
So, if you've been around this game, you see the trends. What they're doing tonight, that's how a bunch of teams are being built, playing outside in as a viable approach. If you have guys who can do that.
And they do. This lead didn't happen by accident.
Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play?
And the key is to follow your routine. Strength, conditioning, I'm not going to say diet because I'm not on a diet, but all the things you weren't thinking about when you were in school.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say? Q, impressive effort here today.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Trailed by 19. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Desmond Bain. Q out there with Edey. And it's Clowney in at the four-man position.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That bucket in no time at all.
3 points.
33 points for Q.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's Long. Pass to Nisi. Fires the three. And it's Williamson missing.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
The Pelicans shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Clowney pulls it in.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And Stan, while in New Orleans, you had a chance to coach Zion Williamson. Now, I've heard you talk about him before, but what's something special about Zion that maybe the average fan doesn't see?
Well, Kevin, that's a great question, because I think what happens a lot of times with Zion, his athleticism is so exceptional that it's hard not to watch and focus on that. But Zion is both very, very smart and a very unselfish player. Nothing makes him happier than an assist to a teammate.
Well, that's a terrific assessment. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Q. No good on the three.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 8. Pass to Long. Williamson right side. Can't hit that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Q. Good. He hits again.
Well, he's gone up to 40 as he continues to just dominate.
You're right. We knew he had a shot at it tonight. He is now tied for third for the most 40-point games in a season. For three, Ingram. It's rebounded by Memphis. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. A nice shot by Q.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And he gets it to go. Q's got 47 points.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Ingram outside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it's Memphis on the break. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, passing may not be a highlight of Branham's game, but he's not a selfish guy who will just force his own shot.
Pass to Misi. To the paint. Here's Long. No good that time. Excellent D there from Q. Bain passes to Branham. The three. Again, what an avalanche.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Pass to Misi. Williamson looking it over. Williamson double team. Here's Misi. And the Pelicans miss again.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ingram with it. He's got 8. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot to stop the run. No good. Shot missing. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's the Grizzlies delivering the blowout. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okoro out there with Roy. Then it's Zion Williamson. Then there's Murray. And it's De Silva in at the small forward spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call thieves at the end of quarters. Yeah, and that's about as natural as breathing to him. Zion lives above the rim.
Here's Q. And Okoro pulls it down. The Pelicans shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, the rebounding battle tells the story. There's a big gap between them right now.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
Pass to De Silva. There's a screen. And the 3 off target. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Roy. Rebounded by Ellis.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Here's Q. He's covered by Roy. And got it! Another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Pass to Okoro. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Williamson kicks to Roy. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Williamson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Grizzlies.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Q.
Yeah, and I love his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one to stop him.
Here's Q, and the layup falls.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside Roy. And there's the foul. It's on Q. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Law dishes to Ingram. Here's Law, 6 to shoot. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. No good on the triple. Here's Q. Launches it. Webber controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what.
Okay then, that's how we stand on business.